Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve two-step equations using the priority of operations. So I mentioned in a previous video that one way of thinking of the order of operations or the priority of operations is like a hand of cards, and that you've organized them in order from least to greatest. And as you play those cards, you're going to play them to undo the operations. In order to isolate a variable, you're going to play them from greatest to least. So they come out of your hand in the reverse order. So let's do a couple of examples here. We're going to start with an equation in which the unknown has had both an addition and a multiplication done to it. Okay, so in this case, my given is this variable n, and it has been multiplied by 3, and it has had 3 added to it. Okay, like this. So in order to solve for that unknown, I'm going to have to undo the operations in that order. I'm going to undo the addition first and then the multiplication. I undo the weakest link first, or the weakest operation first. An addition is weaker or less powerful than a multiplication is. So to undo the addition of 3, I will subtract. So I'm going to subtract 3. I can do that subtraction right away. So I get 3n on the left, and I am now down to 12 on the right. And now at this point, I have an unknown that's been multiplied by 3. To get rid of that multiplication by 3, I'm going to divide. And I'm left with n equals 4. Okay, let's look at another one. So this one we'll try 6n plus 4 is 34. So again, looking at the priority of operations, if I knew what the value of n was, if that was given to me, then I would multiply it by 6, and then I would add the 4. Okay, and in this case, I don't know the value of n, so I'm going to flip that card over. It's actually an unknown, like this. So the shape of this equation is I've got an unknown that's been multiplied by 6 and then added to 4, and the result is 34. So to get back to the unknown and isolate that, I'm going to have to undo those operations in the reverse order. So first undo the addition by doing subtraction. I can simplify that to 30. Now I've got a multiplication, which I can undo with a division. And depending on your teacher, you may be required to write in the 6 divided by 6 and then cancel them out. You'll need to check with your teacher on that one. In the end, the left-hand side simplifies down to just n, or the variable. The right-hand side simplifies down to 5. Okay, we're going to look at another one that's just slightly different. minus 2 is 22. Okay, so thinking about the operations that have been done to this variable, that's my unknown. It has been multiplied by 6 according to the order of operations or priority of operations, and then it has had a subtraction. So 2 was subtracted from it. Okay, so to solve for that unknown, I'm going to have to undo each of those operations in that order. So undo a subtraction by doing an addition. So I'm adding the 2 over to the other side. That simplifies to 24. And then I'm going to undo this multiplication by dividing. Again, I'll write the 6 divided by 6. Okay, when you get the hang of it, you can skip that piece for me. But if in a textbook, for example, you would probably see that shown. And this equals n equals 4. And typically, this is the form that a solution will want to see it. Okay, so most teachers will ask you to write it so that the variable is on the left, and then there's an equals, and then the value of that variable is on the right. If in doing the isolating, you end up with the variable on the right-hand side of your equation, it's not the end of the world. It still works out. It still means the same thing. All right, let's try one more with another subtraction in it. There we go. So this time, my unknown n has been multiplied by 3, and then it's had a subtraction of 1, and the result is 11. So to undo that subtraction of 1, I will need to add 1. Adding 1 to the left-hand side eliminates that negative 1. Adding 1 to the right-hand side results in 12. So now my variable has been multiplied by 3. Undo the multiplication by dividing. And divide also on the right-hand side, and that is n equals 4 again. Just a coincidence. Okay, occasionally you will be asked to solve and verify. If you're being asked to verify, then the process is the following. So verify. Once you've found a value for your variable, in this case 4, you're going to substitute it back in to see if it is truthful, if it results in the left-hand side and the right-hand side equaling each other. So if I'm verifying that n is worth 4 in this equation right here, I'm going to put a 4 in where the n used to be. And I don't know if it's equal, so I'm going to put a little question mark there. That's one way to indicate this a verification, that you're double checking. So this is 24. Is that 6 times 4 minus 2 equals 22. And then 24 minus 2 is 22. So yes, it works. Okay, and you put a little check mark beside it to say, yep, that's verified, correct. While I'm at it, I might as well verify the second one here. So I've got also 4 for this solution. Minus 1 equals 11. So I went back to the beginning equation, and where the n used to be, I'm subbing in a 4. And I use brackets to show that it's being substituted. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. So I was testing the equality of that statement, and I'm now verifying that it is true.